when did, because you mentioned the first one, you got 2 likes, or
That might be generous.
yeah, there might be pushing it. When was the spark, or when the moment when the first jolt of excitement? I remember when we first posted our first TikTok. The first one that hit 10K was a drone shot, actually, of the Human Rights Museum. We were standing in front of it. I still remember
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's a banger. You know,
Best
Human
video
Rights Museum,
content
like, it's out there.
Yeah.
But I remember when we got it, I called him. I was like, "Yo, bro, we got 10K. Like, it's going. Like,
It's got juice.
we got views. Yo. People are commenting for the first time, and are like, yo, like,
Yeah.
when was that moment? What number was that, or what? What throughout the journey were you like, oh my God,
I
3 likes.
Yeah, I think my Instagram started taking off faster than my TikTok did, and I actually got to a point where I was like, maybe I should just stop the TikTok thing and just keep posting on Instagram, because it's not really working. Like, I'm getting
Yeah.
200 views a video. Like, what's happening here? And yeah, like there was a couple videos that took off on Instagram, but I think the first one that took off on TikTok, I was like, I went to, shout out Stella's. I was at Stella's with a buddy of mine, and we were having lunch. And I'd posted earlier that day, and I just like opened my phone, and I was checking. I was like, holy fuck, I got 20K views on this video. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And that is like, I don't know, there's like an instant shot of like, adrenaline there. And it's like,
What day was that? What day?
it was, I want to say like around 40 or 50.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, but it took those 40 or 50 days of posting consistently with nobody watching.
Yep.
And a lot of people quit before that. A lot of people just like, they'll post 2-3 times and they'll be like, this shit ain't working, and so, I would just say, like, just stick with it. Stick with it. But you also have to be willing to evolve. Like, you have to have the self-awareness to know, like, not to think that what you're putting out there is trash, because everybody wants to put out good content. But I think you have to have the self-awareness enough to know that, okay, like, this isn't working, I'm going to pivot. But don't stop. Like, don't stop. You have to be willing to keep, changing content and tailoring the content, not to other people, tailoring it to put something out there what you like, but in a way that is formatted or looks good on the platform you're putting it out on.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people will just they'll get those 200 views for a week, and they'll be like, maybe I'll stop.
Yeah. So going from that to now, like, you can leverage your content, right? Did you ever have like some brand deals happen from this, right? And it's like that whole aspect of social media is invaluable.
It's wild. It's wild.
insane,
I mean, especially when you're first getting into it, because you don't know like the value of, when these companies are reaching out, like what to even like, what do you want from me? Like, you want me to post a video? Sure. Like, yeah, like,
I'm a guy in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
With a background. Like,
yeah. And so
how much for this?
I think a lot of people undersell themselves, out of the gate. And it's easy to do that because, you've been grinding for however long, and you're like, so eager to just like be part of something else, and whether or not you're getting money from it or you're getting something free for them for it, or whatever the deal is, it's like, I think a lot of people just kind of undersell themselves initially out of the gate. And so, yeah, it was weird, like, navigating that whole process of like companies reaching out, and, me obviously wanting to, get like free ice baths out of it.
Yeah.
I was, easily, attracted to like some of the offers that were coming in, but at some point I was like, I'm not just going to be this, like, I don't know, content whore of this is like, I'll accept anything that comes my way, because then like I'm really diluting the value of like what I'm putting out there, and that's not what this thing is about. This thing isn't about like me having a fancy new ice bath in every video. This is still about the same message of purpose and motivation and inspiration behind it. And so I didn't want to. I got to a point where it's like, I'm not gonna do any more like short form content deals, because this just doesn't make sense for me. For one, like, just financially, I just don't need the money to, I don't need the money for a video to keep making my content. But like, that's not what this message is about. That's not what this content is about. This isn't about like, look at this new sponsor we have today. This is yeah, this is about everyone else other than me.
And that's kind of hard because like that's this very similar mindset to what we have. It's like we could put a sponsor episode of like, yo, it's sponsored
Yeah.
by like this company,
Yeah.
this real estate
Yeah.
agent, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, what are we trying to promote? And it's like for everyone that gets into this content world, you can go for that quick bag, you know, like go get your $500,
Yeah.
take about like 30
Sure.
seconds, right?
Yeah, sure.
But like, why was that so important for you to just stick to your authentic self and, you know, like kind of create your own brand versus, hey, like, let me, you know, ice bath just reached out, give me a new, like, hot, like, an ice bath. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
you know, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I did it the first couple times, and then I was like, okay, well, this company wants me to make 3 videos a month, and this one wants me to make 2, and it's like, well, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like now I'm acquiring all these other bosses who like I have to do stuff for. It's like that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do this to start like having more responsibility in this thing. And so yeah, it's just like it got to a point where it's like, yeah, I did a couple brand deals. I got a you know some free stuff out of it. But yeah, other than that, it's like that's just not who I am.
Yeah.
You know.
Talking with you more, I see a lot of parallels. You know, you do the ice bath every day, but we do a show every week, right? One a week, and obviously you're in a different space than we are. But hearing you being like, okay, I've got to do this every day, and then I got to do this and this and this. I see a lot of parallels. And one thing